Fuzzy, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I did. I did. Man, it's Trav. What's up, some guy? Yeah, all I've been doing is traveling. What is pinging me? I gotta block these notifications. How do I block? Mute notifications. Here we go. Nothing, nothing, turn nothing. There we go. D-Jam, what's up, buddy? Here's the way, man. Burroon for the week already. I think I got it yesterday. I was watching something like some YouTube videos or something, just running Trav, and got Burroon dropped. No, it was Monday. It was Monday. Today's already Wednesday. So I'm just going to do a running counter on runes for Trav, just overall. Lemon higher. We'll count mid runes.
I am overburdened.
I was trying to remember. No, I haven't gotten a Burr rune either. I've gotten like 3 or 4 Sur runes, which is kind of crazy. But the Burr rune hadn't dropped yet. Need to dump gold. No LK. No LK. We're full on gold right now.
I am overburdened.
All this extra gold. I need that. Too much stuff. I got a bunch of skillers out of here. I'll show you all the skiller count as well.
I am overburdened.
I don't see anything. So just random skillers out of Trav so far. We've gotten a light skiller, 2 trap skillers, another jav skiller, and a summoning druid skiller. These I pulled since I started running them. I don't think I cubed any of these. I think these are all just drops. All useful. Except for, well, the summoning druid one. Ain't nobody doing that. Now I've only hit like the tail end of one terror zone. I hadn't hit a decent full terror zone run yet.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Now, not really that hard, to be honest. I've been running maybe an hour a day. I haven't been running that much because I'm still only 80, 88. I haven't been running a ton. The drops have been decent. Like, check out this. Where's it at? What did I do with it? I got it near perfect Ravenfrost, a 247.20. That dropped. I mean, that's 3 off perfect. 250.20 is perfect. So we almost got a perfect Raven. I got a Firewall Ormus. I might actually try that because I wanted to play around with Firewall on the Sork. I might do that with this Firewall Ormus just to see how it plays out. I've got a couple more facets. I think I chunked one of them on the ground. What else I get? I found another pair of Drax. Actually, I found 3 Ravens. Just 2 of them were junk that I just chunked. But 247.20 is kind of crazy. I think that's been it. What else was it? Yeah, another pair of Drax. I found 2 dual leech rings. They're not great. I found a 4.6 and a 4.5. The 4.5 is decent with the resists on it. See, the resists on this one kind of suck. So, but I'm just to have, just in case I switch my build around a little bit. I set aside these 2 dual leech rings. I switched off the 3-piece because I found a 30 Nagel. So since I found a 30 Nagel, I switched off and put the Trang belt on and got rid of the Ravenfrost. So we're running 30 Nagel Dwarf Star now. And Magic Find wise, we're up to 353, but I still have nothing in my Babas. I haven't found an Isrune, so all the Babas are empty. So we're nowhere near capped Magic Find. So the Barb's coming along. He's coming along. Nah, we're gonna play around with it though. I mean, it was, it was strong there before they nerfed it or fixed it, but I'm still gonna play around with it. Just see what happens. We build out like all fire damage or something. Yeah, we'll see. Fire Druid is actually not bad. The skills just feel a little clunky to me. Like I built one out. I don't remember if it was during Flickering before. It might have been pre-Flickering Flame though. I don't remember. Killer, what's up, buddy? But like, what's the rotation? There's like 4 skills in the rotation at least. Like Volcano, Armageddon. What's the other one? There's 3 ground effect fire skills, right? Well, Armageddon's not really ground effect. It's falling fire. But it's like Volcano, Armageddon. What's the third one? Then you throw the boulder in there. Fissure. That's the other one. What's up, Joe? That's the 3, right? That's the rotation.
I can't carry anymore.
Get out of here. I hate that shit when I'm trying to see what I got.
I am overburdened.
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely way better combos for sure. I just always liked how Firewall worked. I don't know what it is. It's just something that draws me to it. I wonder if anybody's ever tried upping Babas and whirlwinding with them. That'd be kind of funny. There's Sunder. I mean, not Sunder. Geeds.
I am overburdened.
Alright, let's see what kind of Geeds we get here. Hey, what's up, Can? Alright, so we just got a Geeds. Right now I'm rocking at 23. So, probably going to be an upgrade. 32. We'll take it. I ain't even picking that other one up.
I am overburdened.
That's the other thing in here. You get so many gems. Alright. 9% more fire. Magic fine. That should put us up to 362. Alright. I guess we'll be cubing today. Yeah, killer. Got it in Trav. Haven't run the Sork since we got the barb up and running. I think it was Monday when I got it though, so we're due for another high rune. One every day or two. What's this with this lag? Ah, I forgot to dump gold. Yeah, we're gonna have to dump.
I can't carry anymore.
Maybe we'll gamble on the Sork. I don't feel I hate like moving all my stuff to gamble on the character. I might take the Sork and just move all its stuff in the stash and just use that to gamble the gold. I've been just dumping the gold in free games because I just don't feel like messing with it. Yeah, Fireball Andy runs would be just so insanely quick. Yeah, another lemon rune. Okay, start for the day.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, let's change that real quick. That's Lem by 3 now. Oh yeah, for sure. You got to jump right on top of her, burn her down. Then everything around explodes, which is fine. Because you're mainly just looking for the drops on Andy directly. So I never play. I know that's like kind of the meta fireball is the combo with meteor. I just never liked meteor. I mean, it does hell a lot of damage, but that drop delay just is annoying to me. The damage is crazy. Get out of here. Do y'all do that where you spam the potions that are on the ground just to not have to go into zooming in? It just annoys me to have to zoom in. I'd rather just spam the pots and get them out of the way. It'd be cool to get a jaw rune to drop, then I'll just throw an enigma on this barb. No, we don't get to see what the loot is. So much stuff. And sometimes you still gotta. Yeah, I think we're good. Well, if I get the enigma, I'll actually like maybe do some like when Andy Terrazone comes up and actually do it with the barb instead of Sork. Like expand on like some of the places. Like Trav is like my go-to, but it's also fast because you don't have to teleport anywhere. Maybe chaos. Do some chaos runs. again only when it's Tear Zone, because we had like Chaos Tear Zone earlier. I didn't even bother to switch. I just stuck to running Trav. Full on gold again. I think I had one more dump left. Yeah, you could do that for Chaos, but like Andy Tear Zone, I'd have to switch to the Sork. There's no way to like really do it that well with the Barb right now without an Enigma. Am I full? Yeah. We'll try and gamble on the Sork. Let's see what we need to move around to gamble with the Sork. Alright, so let's just get rid of all this. We don't have a Geeds. Did I not even have a Geeds on the Sork? Oh, there it is. We'll do the Geeds. I don't have an edge bow. I'm not going to mess around with making one. Alright, so we'll do some gambling here just to burn off some of this gold.
Good morning.
And we'll do the circlets. Ooh, what is that? Oh, I didn't realize. Go ahead and sell that. All right. Is that 2, 3 plus 3 traps? Now we've hit the damn Griffins twice doing this. So you never know. What's edge bow? The rune words. 3 socket? It's 3 socket, right? Oops. Yeah, I'm sure, Fuzzy. I don't know. I've just never liked it in the rotation. Wow, that one's just spamming coordinates. Because be honest, man, Fireball can get ramped up so strong that I mean, I don't even bother spamming anything else if I run the build. Here's it. First one, Griffin. I usually average about 2 diadems of 10 million. Tier Tau okay. Tommy, what's up, buddy? That'd have been funny. We'll just hit it right out of the gate. Yeah, usually about every 10 mil we'll hit a couple of circles or a couple of diadems. It's usually not much more than that. Another 3 trapper. I know, Tommy. Actually, almost caught up with the Sork on level. Well, we'll find a coordinate pop. There we go. One more diadem. We might not even hit our average. Of course, I am doing it without the edge bow, so spending a little more money per circlet. What's it been, guys? Has it been a month yet? No, it's not even been a month, right? Wasn't it? Hey, Blue. Yeah, we already got a burr rune. 3 weeks. I don't even know. It's the first month, maybe. Yeah, that sounds. Oh wait, was it June? Now I'm questioning. D2R season 11 start. Yeah, June 20th. So okay, it's been over a month. It's more like 6 weeks now. Did you guys I saw in one of the Facebook groups that Llama did another video about what they might be putting out. Did any of y'all watch that? What was that all about? I didn't even watch it. He's starting to get all clickbaity on me. I'm not trusting anything he says anymore. Oh, I forgot to dump the gold. Shoot. Yeah, based off of what, though? What information? Oh, based off of D2R and China launch? Starter packs? What's that even mean, though? That's not direct info. They do things differently on the Asia servers.
I am overburdened.
SOJs for money?
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Like, y'all gotta understand, like, games, like Blizzard games directly that are played in China are different than the games we get. Yeah, they are not the same. They make changes to the game specifically so they're allowed to be played in China. Content-wise.
I can't carry anymore.
The LOD, they blocked LOD originally? Or D2R? Because when it comes to Blizzard stuff these days, it's like I gotta see it before I believe it. And this is even like, you know, an extrapolation from that. It's nothing Blizzard has said. It's like people looking at what China's getting and extrapolating into what we might potentially get, which I can't get on board with that kind of stuff.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, basically can. I mean, that's literally that's how that works. They didn't have D2R. Is that what it was?
I can't carry anymore.
You know what'd be messed up, Tris,
I can't
is that you know China has the new market, so they make China's the focus for changes, but we don't get them. That would be what would be messed up. Oh man.
I am overburdened.
Buying SOJs is wild though. That's crazy. But I guess indirectly, it's to get it ready to be. Is it already released, or are they getting ready to drop it in China? Because I mean, in one sense, you could go, well, that actually means they got devs working to get the China release out. But does that translate into anything for us, type of thing? But oh, you know, it's purchase starter pack. That's interesting though. I'm assuming the purchase starter pack, like, and I don't know if you guys know any of this or not. Would it be like, can you just buy the base game and then like the starter pack is like a more premium version of that? Full what? Blue, that's wild, dude. Dude, if they just gave us stash tabs, that would make me a little happy at least. Wait, a modified Saigons? Like the set, but they changed the actual set stats or something? It almost sounds like new items. What is going on over there? Do they have tiers of this, or is it like the game, or you could get the starter pack and that's it? A spin-off from that sense, almost sounding like it's new items. So they came up with a new set that's similar to Saigon's. But how's that translate to the different types of characters, though? It almost sounds like you have to start like a paladin. How's that translate if you want to start a Sork start? That's so weird. That's so weird. So when's the launch for the when's the Chinese launch? I mean, at low level, to be fair, we all just throw random crap on as we find it. Another ring. A new one. I thought I saw the oh, there it is. End of August. Warlord's Trust. So it's actually a green set? Yeah, that's odd though that they would fine tune like an early starter set, but it kind of is like more melee or physical damage focused versus casters. It's a little odd. You'd think they'd, if they're going to do something to that extent, they'd pop up like two sets. Sounds like they're even half-assing the starter set. Starter pack. I gotta be honest though, man. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. If they're going to go to the extent of doing new items, new set for a one country launch, granted it's a big market. What why are we getting hung out to dry? The loyal fan base. I mean, I don't know what they had to do, like on the back end, to get the game to be able to be played in China. There's some other stuff that had to happen, even if it's not obvious. If it's just now happening where they can launch the game in China, they had to do some other stuff. So there was definitely a dev investment time in that, just to open up that market. I mean, otherwise it would have launched in China when it launched everywhere else. So something special had to happen for that to go down. So they invested to get that market open. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the time and money invested in getting the code up to where they can sell it in China, right? So they invested in all that to sell in China. I don't want the starter pack stuff. I want stuff that's relevant to what we already have. Like the stash tabs. They better be dumping us the stash tabs. Because the code's written now, right? And I gotta be honest, it should be free. What? The XP thing is kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm on the fence, man. I mean, those days where I'd say I'd paid for it are kind of past. Like, am I going to pay for, like, one extra stash tab? No. Mm-mm. No. One extra stash tab is not... that doesn't mean a whole lot. So it's kind of nice, but it's like whatever. If they were to do something like PoE where you could buy basically unlimited stash tabs, I'd do that. But all this for like one extra stash tab or something? No, kiss my ass. Look at the gold wrap. I don't really need it. I mean, seeing like the gold doesn't really matter. I mean, gold comes so quick on a barb. Yeah, I don't know what Llama's basing that off. I mean, he's just guessing. See, because if you look at the way it's set up now, I guess you could put like scroll arrows or something, or maybe add another row across the top. Maybe you could do like 4. Something like that. Bob, what's up, buddy? I was trying to see. I don't think the scroll thing, the arrows, I don't know if that'd work. Yeah, I don't. I'm willing to bet maybe a row, like UI, just HUD design. Um, Maybe a UI or like another 4 tabs across here. They could maybe make these a little smaller and add like a 5th one. That'd start getting looking a little crowded. Maybe, I don't know. Where's he getting screenshots though? Are they showing stuff like that on the Chinese release site? Or the Chinese, wherever the info is on the Chinese site? I mean, that could be the case. Yeah, if
I can't carry.
my only concern with it taking off in China would be if it's to the extent of where it's like buying like the starter packs where you're getting like SOJs and stuff. That would be a concern. I don't know. I guess it just depends on in what way they monetize it. I mean, because China's kind of the home of the gotcha games, right? Where it's like pay to win type of games. So it's like, I guess, built into like the mentality of play in there in China, where it's not that big a deal to pay to win. I don't know. I don't know enough about that market, but that's where a lot of the gotcha games came up. What do you mean, pop something? I mean, they're already kind of playing into it a little bit. Um, Nothing great today. I popped a Burroon yesterday or day before. I don't remember when it was. So we've got a Burroon out of Trav already. I need some Ishrins to pop, to be honest, so I can start filling these Babas. What else? I think that's it. Do that. Yeah. We'll see how it shakes out. Maybe one day Blizzard will say something. addressing our market. Oops.
I am overburdened.
It's gonna bounce me back. Nope, didn't do it. About to roll up on next tier zone. I'm gonna dive deeper into this Chinese D2R launch. I hadn't really looked at a whole lot of info on it. I need to know more about it.
I am overburdened.
Snipes, what's up, brother? Yeah, but I mean, there's talk that what's happening there, maybe we'll get some gravy off of it. So we'll see. I think that's more the news. I mean, to be perfectly honest, the Chinese launch doesn't affect us in any way. It's just maybe there's something that we could skim off the side of it.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, right, Tris. Maybe I'll dive into it and look at it. So maybe I'll give my take on it. I'm doing pretty good, Snipes. We're deep into the Horkin now, man. Spider. Yep, no change in there. Down. I didn't hear anything about that.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, Bob. Well, the talk was within the Chinese launch, they're going to get extra stash tabs. I got to be honest, that's the only thing I see that could potentially cross over. I need to really dive into it and see what all's part of the Chinese release before I really start shooting off in the mouth and not really knowing what the hell I'm talking about. I mean, just out, off the cuff, I could definitely see the stash tab stuff maybe translating.
am overburdened.
Like the new set that they're giving as part of the starter pack. Honestly, I don't think anybody here is going to give a crap about that. Nobody wants a new low-level set. That's like whatever. No, I get that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's at least like if they hired people, they had to have people hired on. And saying that now, I wonder if, I mean, you guys remember about a year or so ago when there was news that Blizzard was looking for Diablo 2 developers? It had to be in relation to this, right? They were hiring people to actually work on the Chinese launch. I mean, we didn't, nobody thought that at the time. We were hoping maybe, they're trying to breathe life into the game and maybe try and give us some little crumbs. But then the question is, like, I mean, once the release is done, there'll be some follow-up maintenance and stuff. They're just going to fire those developers or roll them into D4 or actually do some overall Diablo work? That's kind of the question too. Or did they hire a third-party team to do the Chinese stuff? They could have, honestly, they could have probably hired a third-party Chinese development firm to kind of make these changes for the Chinese release. That's possible. Honestly, the money wouldn't even be a question. I mean, I can be honest, man. I think hiring a third-party Chinese team to do the work might actually come out cheaper if they actually did something like that. Yeah, Bob. We were just talking about it. It's like
I am overburdened.
nobody that's been playing the game for even a little bit, they're not really going to give a crap about a level 10 set.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Now, if they'd added like a set tier that was equivalent to like the TAL and IK and stuff, people would care about that. Triz, you having a good season so far, man. Sirrune, that's funny. I gotta be honest, man. For immediate needs, because I don't really need the jaw, like to get the Enigma rolling. It'd be nice to drop. I would like a Charm Runes just so I can set up the Cannot Be Frozen in the helmet and switch some of my gear around. Tri-res. 10 lightning with their tri-res. No run speed though. And yeah. 210. Um, I'm pretty sure I do. I think so, Path. I've done. I feel like I've done throw barb. Maybe not. I have to look, man. I gotta be honest. I don't even know how many videos I got. Let's look. My channel. How many videos I have? Content. Now, granted, this is across a few different games. I'm actually curious. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it tells me somewhere. Holy crap. I think this includes streams though. Cuz I haven't cleaned out like my backlog of streams that are saved in YouTube. So including streams and videos, I got 846 videos. That's kind of stupid. That's kind of nuts, to be honest. Blue, I'm gonna hold off. I wouldn't mind trying to hork one, be honest. Maybe I'll trade for one if the horking kind of the rune drops are not really hitting it. So we'll play it by ear. I mean, chimes are not really worth a ton. I could probably get one pretty cheap. So, but if you know, turns out I don't want to wait, I'll hit you up. Maybe I'll trade you something for it.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Wicked, what's up, buddy? My wife and I were kicking it around. I hadn't made it in a couple years. Well, now it's been a few years now. And you know, this is like off topic, but we might try and make some wine this fall. And nothing to do with gaming, but might do like some shorts on the wine making. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
I am overburdened.
Trist, I actually have a big grape grinder. Dude, y'all don't understand. I was hard into winemaking for a while. I have a huge grinder for grapes.
I am overburdened.
What'd be interesting though, and here's the best wine we've ever made was actually from wild muscadine grapes. When we first started, what kind of kicked it off was my father-in-law. He found like some wild muscadine, and he picked them and he made like 5 bottles of wine, 5 bottles. And at the time, I didn't think much about it. But he gave my wife a bottle, and so we tried it. I was pretty skeptical about it, and so we give it a try, and I was like blown away. I was like, "That's actually really, really good." So we're like, "All right, so we'll help him pick grapes next time," and we did that, and he had enough for like a dozen, 15 bottles or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Blue. You'd be shocked, man. So that's kind of what drew me into it. And so it's kind of the fun part of it was finding the grapes, like going out and looking for wild grapevines. And that's what kind of got us started. And we actually tried to take some cuttings and try and grow our own wild ones, but they would never take. It was kind of weird. But then, there was some people that, her dad knew that had muscadine grapevines, and so we started using like domestic grapes. But I don't know, man. It was those wild grapes were just, there was something about them that the flavor of the grapes was just different. They are Blue. They are 100%. But we had talked about it, and I think it spun off of when we were doing the wine, when we tried that wine that Jerry recommended the other week. And it kind of spun off into a conversation about maybe trying to make some wine. Yeah, Blue. There's something. There's definitely something in that. They're sweeter. They're smaller. They're a lot smaller. Like domestic muscadine grapes are huge. They get big. We were picking some muscadine grapes that were small plum size. They were like 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches in diameter grapes. They are that big. But the wild ones are like really small. But they were like the sweetest grapes for sure. Yeah, there's a process that we followed, and I don't know where the recipe came from. Honestly, I think my father-in-law got the recipe from maybe somebody in the family that just like did like grapes for the hell of it, or wine for the hell. I don't even know. We use that recipe. We haven't really strayed off of it, but I mean, you still use sugar, like you'd grind the grapes up, and there was like a ratio of grapes to sugar to water to yeast. And the different types of yeast make a difference on how they ferment. There's a whole lot of small factors that come into play, but we stuck with the same recipe. We didn't vary off of it, except like you can increase or decrease the sugar ratio. And if you wanted a drier wine, you'd decrease the sugar amount that you put in initially. And you could play around with the dryness or the sweetness of the wine that way. And then you'd get all that processed, and you'd set them out into carboids and let that ferment for a couple of months at least. Then I run it through a filtration system and then bottle it. And the thing with sweet wines, sweet wines don't age. Like, you have to drink sweet wines like within a year or two. You can't let it sit very long, because it doesn't age the same way as like the drier wines that they usually put into casks or barrels and stuff. Because any residual sugar that sits could potentially turn vinegary. So, like, when you see people talking about the aged wines, none of them are sweet. Yeah, it turns vinegar. But I don't remember where the recipe came from. But we looked online at different recipes, and they all kind of follow the same ratios to a degree. Again, you could play around with it a little bit. But we won several contests with it. Like, we won the state fair in North Carolina. We got first place in our we entered two different ones. We did a white and a red, and we won first place with the red and like third place or second place with the white. We didn't do like overall show, but we won like our category multiple times. It's good stuff, I'll tell you that. Anybody that's tried it always wanted more. I'll put it that way. And we played around with variations. We made some that were semi-dry, and they were actually, I mean, I don't like dry wine per se, but the semis that we made were actually pretty decent. I liked them, and I'm not a dry wine person. Like Cabernets and Sauvignons and stuff, I'm that's not my cup of tea, but like I could do like a semi. And we did some blends. I guess that's how they do rosés, when they mix white and red grapes. We've done combinations like that. We've played around with it quite a bit. Some turned out not great, but most of them were very drinkable. I remember a friend of mine came down with his wife from DC, and they were staying with us, and we got into we got into the wine, and what were we playing? Cards Against Humanity. Oh my God, that ended up being a rough next day, but we had a blast that night. I don't even know how many bottles we went through. Yeah, but how do they lighten it? Is it just like a lighter grape? Because the color comes from the grape skins. Like, you know, if you eat grapes, if you eat a red grape, it's still like the fleshy part of the grape would be the same color as like a white grape. The skin comes from the tannin, or the color comes from the tannins in the skin. Okay, that would make sense. But there's a name for mixing it though, where you maybe just a blend. Maybe that's what it's called. There's a name for using red and white. I don't know the process for brandy. I actually don't know. Blush, is that what it's called when you mix it? Pinot Grigio's not bad. I'm just like I won't sit around and have a lot of those drier tasting wines. That's just not my. I don't care for them that much. Like I could deal with some to an extent. I was trying to remember that there was a German wine that my dad was a huge fan of that he actually used to drink a lot of. It was a white wine, but I can't remember which one it was. It's a distilling process to get the brandy. Got it. I remember my dad drinking it, and it was not a sweet wine by any means. It was just a dry white. Riesling. It's Riesling. That's the one he liked. And I could actually I didn't mind that one. Like again, I'm not a fan of anything that's really dry, but the Riesling is not bad at all. I enjoyed the flavor of it. We might head to the wine store tomorrow and pick out something for Friday's stream for a tasting. Just for the hell of it. That little wine store we found that we got the one that we did a week ago or a week before. It's a really cool little wine store. We enjoyed going in there. Oh, I need to dump again. All right, hold on. I gotta write that down. Because seriously, we're probably going to find something. Like my wife was actually mentioned something about doing it again. Oh, she has it? Okay. She's actually got I think I told you guys that she's making like prayer beads and stuff. She's got like a kind of a show this weekend. She's going to like a local festival, and she's actually paid for a booth. She's been going crazy working on inventory to have for the booth. Curious to see how that's going to shake out. This is her first time trying something like this. She's kind of nervous. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna have to cube again. What you talking about, Blue? I'm gonna take that as a misspeak there, Bob. All right, we're just gonna have to pop these in the box here. Oh, having a booth? Yeah, no, it wasn't that expensive. It was, I think, 75 or $100 for the booth. Yeah, like money wise, it wasn't that big of a thing. Some of the ones she was looking at, though, there was one coming up that was it's in a smaller town, but it was like $200 to $400 a booth, which was kind of crazy, to be honest, with the stuff she'd been looking at. Yeah, it's not a fair though. It's some sort of town festival or something. I mean, they're not selling it as a fair. I don't know how you'd actually classify it. And let's go ahead and cube. Get some of these out of the way. What you talking about, some guy? Oops. Yeah, Blue. I think she's gonna enjoy it. She's just kind of nervous as whether she's gonna be able to sell her product, that sort of thing. I think she's just more nervous about putting all her stuff out there and how it's taken. But I mean, she's doing well on the internet, so I don't see it being that much of an issue. Did I watch Step Brothers? I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe not. Isn't that the one with Will Ferrell? Or one of Will Ferrell's movies? But it's the same guy he's always in the movies with, right? I never remember his name either. It's always like he's like in almost all of Will Ferrell's movies. Okay, that's enough. We'll stop there. Hey, cold skill. All right, I'm out of charms now. Cold skiller and a light skiller so far for the Sork. Roberto, what's up, brother? All right, I'm gonna need some charms now. If any of you guys are high enough to get the ones out of the terror zone. Roberto, are you sitting in the barber shop watching the stream? Yeah, Roberto. Yeah, Trist. Actually, I'd take that from you, dude. Cause yeah, that was my last. That was my last one. I got the charms I got off of Diablo. I hadn't run him in a bit.
I'm overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, let me dump this gold and I'll jump over.
I am overburdened.
Yeah, not. Yeah, I know, Roberto. I know you've been saying you've been waiting for one to drop in single player. All right, it's up, Trist. Nah, you're good, man. Come on over. So they were saying the Chinese launch is sometime in August, right? So if they do anything for us regarding the anniversary, appreciate it, buddy. It's gonna be, it'll be the start of the next season, maybe. They're not gonna do anything mid-season or anytime in this season, I don't think, adding anything. If we hear anything or get anything, it's gonna be season 12. And that's going to probably roll into probably Christmas time, Christmas season, like June 6th, right? So what are we doing? 3-month or 4-month seasons? It's 3-month, right? So July, August, September. So November, October. Yeah, that would roll into the holiday season. That would definitely be when anything would happen. We're not going to see anything out of this in this season for sure. Man, I couldn't tell you last time I've been in a barbershop. My wife cuts my hair, so I hadn't been to a barbershop in forever. Ring. You know, I should put that Raven Frost on the list though, because it was almost perfect. This is probably man all, but called it.
I am overburdened.
But that Raven is definitely list worthy. We're gonna add it to the list real quick. The hat is literally because I still have bedhead. Dude, the only time my hair is anywhere near straight is when I get out of the shower. If I go out or do something, if I'm just running the store, I'm gonna throw a hat on. If like we went out to anniversary dinner, that's different. But like if I'm running anywhere, the hat's coming on. All I can say is at least it's not falling out. But man, it's turning white. Alright, y'all threw me off topic. I'm going to change the list real quick. $247.20 Raven. Great clips, yeah. I've never actually been into one of those. Like when I'd go to a barber, it was always like a little actual little corner barber shop. I've never gone to like one of those chain places. It's like one of them things where you get like a person to cut your hair. It's not like take your chances with somebody in great clips that might just be starting. I've never done that. And honestly, like the hair cutting thing, my wife starting it, it was because of the COVID. And I mean, all she did was she looked up on YouTube and she ordered a decent pair of like scissors for it. And she did a good job. So I was like, yeah, that works. We'll just keep doing that. I don't even know, like haircut nowadays, what? $25, 20, $25, maybe more. I don't even know what a haircut runs nowadays. It seemed like I heard somebody say like 35. See you, Roberto. Roberto's up. What'd be funny is if he sat in a chair and listened to the stream.
I am overburdened.
I can't imagine like a Great Clips though being more like what, maybe $20. Oops. No. Don't need those. Dennis, what's up, buddy? Yeah, but do you go like to you don't go to like a Great Clips or nothing, right? You probably got a person you go to. Yeah, you got a guy. It's kind of funny, man. Picking out a person to touch your hair is almost like getting a doctor you trust or a dentist you trust. To me, anyways. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a roll of the dice to me each time. I mean, I guess if you go to the same one every time, there's going to be the kind of the same rotation of people in there. I feel like we took my son to like a Great Clips or something one time, and his haircut was so crooked. it was bad. Or maybe my wife did. She might have gone to like a. I think it was when we moved to Georgia and she was trying to find a hair salon or something, and she went to one that was kind of like a chain one, and they did a bad job. I feel like my son got a pretty bad one time though. Dude, Jerry, it is, man. Wait, wasn't there a Seinfeld thing on that? Didn't Seinfeld do a bit on that? One of the shows? Or am I thinking of a different show? I feel like Seinfeld did kind of a play on cheating on your barber. No, it was Seinfeld.
I can't carry anymore.
No, Jerry, it's like, if you hadn't seen it, it's a 1-for-1, dude. He was like sneaking around because I don't remember. He had something was going on with his usual person, and he found somebody else or something, and they were like sneaking around getting a haircut It was a whole thing. And it played into that whole cheating on your barber thing. Was it? Yeah, maybe it was. I think that was. And because he had to get his original guy to fix it or something. Hey, Liam, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, man.
Can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about it. I hadn't watched like Llama's video or anything. I'm gonna probably dive into it like tomorrow or tonight or something. Just look and see what all the detail is. Is that what you want to call it? Well, again, it just depends on what they're going to do with it, man. They give one stash tab, you pay $5 for it, they can kiss my ass. If it's something different, maybe I'll look at it. Another Geeds. It's the second one today. See if this is a 40. 39. I think the last one I got was a 38. We might grab that. Let's check this Geeds. We're at 32 right now. 31. Nope. 32 back. I'm gonna check that. I think I got a 38. I mean, I don't necessarily think Mosaic needs to be nerfed. I mean, I just don't like the visuals of it. I can't see shit when I'm running Mosaic. Like, kill speed wise, I mean, I don't really care. No, it's 39. So, yeah, we don't need it. I thought I was a 38 that I was sitting on. Like, if they made it more visually appealing, I'd go for that. That's cool. Cause yeah, I mean, you can't you can't see a damn thing on the screen when you're running. If they toned that down a little bit, I'd be all for it. I'd probably run Mosaic more. I don't run it just because of the visuals. I have a hard time seeing what's dropping. No, we gotta hide.
can't carry anymore.
Yeah, right. Make the letters bigger. Or a damn loop filter. We know we're not getting that though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Liam. Like, you know, there's plenty of builds are I would say just as strong as Mosaic. Maybe it's a little more expensive to get them, but they're just as strong.
I am overburdened.
Stacking up that gold. But like changing the like being able to set colors and stuff like that in a loop filter would kind of negate some of that Mosaic flash, but
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
they should put the firewall stuff back. They should unfix that. Come on. When they're split like this, I like to try and gather them all at the door.
I can't carry anymore.
Just about roll up on the next terror zone. Oh, I think we had a Trav this morning or something though. I don't know if we're going to get another one. Had a chaos and a cows earlier. Maybe Andy?
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Tristram. I feel like we just had that pretty recently. It's not a horrible one, just getting to it's kind of annoying. You can do it really quick with a Sork. I've actually gotten some decent drops in Tristram. All right, yeah. I feel like there wasn't last season, but season before, I was hitting Triss pretty hard because I got something kind of crazy in there. I don't remember what it was. Wish I'd have started a run counter when I got this guy up in the Trav.
I can't carry anymore.
The Battlefield 6 betas this weekend. I might actually check that out. They can't do much worse than they did the last iteration. Of course, I think they fired that whole team, so we'll see. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good with her, man. I've already got her up to whatever the one before the last one, rank wise. For proficiency, I've gotten really good with her. I could work in like the left click, right click combo, and blow somebody up in like 2 seconds. Yeah, you can move it. Honestly, I gotta be honest, man. I think the ult's a little weak damage-wise. I guess I'm expecting like a one-shot on somebody out of it, but if they're full health, you can't get a kill on them. They gotta have some damage. So it's more like an engage ult. Like you go in to start the engagement because the blast radius is so big, and then your team follows up for the kills. Because it's a huge area of effect. Or go in the middle of a team fight, and it can be really nasty. The best I've gotten out of it's a triple with just the shot hitting with the ult. Yeah, and you can actually move it pretty well. Because like I've ulted where I'm like have a wall in front of me and have dove down and gone under with it and catch them completely off guard. The more I play her, the more fun I have with her. I think she's a lot of fun to play, but if you watch, she does not get picked that much anymore. Like the newness of the character, like everybody was picking her, but now that it's been a few weeks, nobody picks her. Right, yeah. I've done that a lot of times where like I go in and then ult right on top of them. Like I don't do it from the back. I'll dash in because the dash, if you get into the group, throws a tick of the whatever it's called on them. Then you ult. That's all I play now. That's all I play is Phoenix. I have a blast with her. But I still haven't tried comp. I haven't tried any ranked play. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's fun. I have a blast with that character. My wife are just we'll play like some quick play in the evening. She always plays Squirrel, so she's kind of the Squirrel main now, and I'll be on Phoenix, and that's how we queue up. Oh yeah, Jerry, I use that. Yeah, as an escape move, it's so strong. Like if you get like a Iron Fist locked onto you, you can dash out or through him, and it just completely throws him off. She's incredibly strong. Definitely a fun character to play. But again, you got to be good with your shots, though. You got to be able to hit your shots. She'll never play Wolverine. That's just not going to happen. She likes to stay back and shoot. Wolverine is never going to be her character. Ah, I forgot to dump my gems. Damn it.
I am overburdened.
Oh, that's literally full and there's more. I'm going to have to dump.
am overburdened.
Okay, we got a little bit of room now. I think there was still more.
I am overburdened.
Pretty good pile of stuff, Jesus. Cereal? Nope.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Jerry, did you give up on the season now that your last hardcore character died? Tommy, what you doing, man? I can be honest, man. I hadn't seen a whole lot of news on the next PoE league, but I'm kind of pumped to get into that when it gets started. I guess we'll see once they put out more news. That's like what, 3 weeks out still. Yeah, it's gonna be soon, man. They're getting close to when they, you know, yeah, next week will be 2 weeks before, so they got to be putting out some info. 2 weeks, about the normal cadence.
Can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I mean that'll work timing wise because I figure they'll drop the league. Then if D2 is going to do anything or Blizzard's going to do anything for the, you know, for the anniversary as they were talking, it's going to be this next season. That'll be probably a month or so after. So timing wise, it actually works out pretty good.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, it's a crazy Raven.
I can't carry anymore.
God dang it. Spend half my time unloading loot off this character. Let's dump gold again.
Good day.
Somebody did like a... Oh, crap, I'm full. Wasn't there somebody that did a video on like the best...
I am overburdened.
Iron Golem base to do? Yeah, Insight's like, to me, like the best utility Iron Golem. And plus it's cheap, right? But I feel like somebody did, like for damage, somebody did like a Didn't they do like Insight Iron Golem duels? Who was that? Somebody did that. They did all the different potentially good Iron Golems for damage. Yeah, Cooley did it. And it was I feel like the winner wasn't what you thought it would be as far as the winner of all the duels. But I think Cooley actually did it to where they tested like fighting. Like they say they made like a Grief Iron Golem versus all the different ones. And the one that won, I feel like it wasn't what you would expect the result to be. I have to look back at that. It was interesting because he tested out just about all the different ones. Tommy, what you doing, man? Oh, you made me an edge. I appreciate that, dude, because I was just about to have to gamble again. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Because, yeah, I'm full on gold. I was about to switch to the Sork to gamble again. I appreciate that, buddy. So let's do that now. But like for utility and just the price of it, cost of it, Insight Golem is really nice. I think Beast might have been the one that won. Oh wait, I don't have the points to put it on. I need some decks. Do I have something I can put on that has decks on it? I think I could put the Angelic set on. That gives me like 10 decks, right? I have the ring. Oh, I can put the Raven on. There it goes. There it goes. That's that Raven, 247.20. Most of it's on the barb, like the towel and all that stuff is on the barb. Well, it depends on the minus resist roll, right? Infinity can get up to 55. So 1/5 of that. Oh wait, I can actually move some gold and keep going. This is technically not full because I put it. Alright, we'll gamble in a little bit. I could actually move some of this gold around. There we go. Now, Sunder is no minus resist. Sunder just removes immunity. Well, it depends on the roll on the Infinity. Like at 55, I mean basically that, but I mean you can have a lower roll. What's the range on the minus resist? 45, 55? Is that what it is? Yeah, the minus resist on the Infinity. No, I thought the minus lightning resist was a range. Am I wrong? Infinity rune word. What am I thinking of? Yeah, it's minus 45, 55 lightning resist. Oh, that's self-wheeled. That's no. Yeah, no, that's self-wheeled. Never mind. Never mind. That only applies if you're running like the Nova. Ooh, a nature's piece. I haven't found one of those yet. Yeah, you're talking about the conviction. Wait, does that 1/5 only apply to the conviction, right? It doesn't actually affect that minus resist self wield, right? Because wasn't it the 1/5 only applies to conviction, lower resists, and something else, right? It doesn't actually apply to that minus direct lightning resist. About to lose my body as we sit here yapping. Yeah, that's right. What's the third thing? There was three things, right? Lower resist, conviction. What's the other thing? Wasn't there three?
I am overburdened.
Coal mastery? I just remember it was like three things that 1/5 effect came into play. It has to be the coal mastery, I think. Yeah, because they had added it after the fact. Stuff too strong, man. Got that power creep. Jerry, I moved off of the 3-piece towel. We got a 30 Nagel, so I switched that out for the Raven Frost and moved back to the Trang belt. Oh shoot, no, I need to dump gems again. No, no. I'm probably going to. I might, but then I'm going to switch out the Nagel. I found some okay leech rings. I got a 4.6 and a 4.5. The life leech is kind of whatever. I don't know if that's going to make up for it or not, though. The resists on this one's a little better. I'm just debating whether I want to wait for a better ring or not. Stop. All I care about is the runes, man. The items are kind of fun, but we want them runes. I guess we could try it. Let's see how the leech feels with the. Let's go with the higher resist one. Let's do this. Let's see what this feels like. As far as leech. Because we get 10-10 with a towel helmet. Yeah, doesn't matter. It's enough. As long as you get some mana leech, it's fine. No, High Lords is there. No, the High Lords is staying. Faux show. Once you get the High Lords on there, you kind of work around it, right? Oh, that's an interesting helmet, actually. It's 4 bow, though, because you could technically get 6. Find item. That's kind of cool, though.
I am overburdened.
I don't need any more hell runes. Not doing any trading this season. Then we do. That felt fine, so then we do this until we get a charm rune. Then we'll switch one out, maybe. So that puts us at, on Switch, 419, and it looks better. Who was it? There was somebody the other day that was talking about they hit Trav and they had 2 Frost Aura named council. I hit that yesterday. I don't remember seeing that before either, but I hit with the double Holy Freeze aura. Might have been Mamet. Somebody was talking about that the other day. Yeah, I mean, technically, I don't mind the magic find. Um, it's kind of fun to just have the items drop. But yeah, you could definitely build it. If you're strictly rune hunting, you could just build for damage and really just tear through the council. I mean, I don't mind the higher magic find. It's fun to get the loot drops. But if I was to strictly go like rune hunter, you'd build this out for straight damage for sure, like G-Face. I am using Gores just because I don't have any Travs yet. But you could definitely build it out. No magic find charms, go for just damage charms. You could do all that. Actually, I'm only going Unbending Will. I'd found like a 6 socks, so I just slapped that in there as my offhand. See you, some guy. Chicken burgers. What's wrong with you, man? I've actually never had them. I've heard people talk about like tofu, or not tofu, Jesus, turkey burgers, and they've said they're actually pretty good. I've never had them. Wonder how the damage would feel with just using a shield whirlwind.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
I've never actually had like chicken burger or turkey burgers or none of those. I've heard that the turkey ones are good, so I'd assume the chicken ones are probably just as good. That is true. The rhyme has cannot be frozen. What do I have? Unbending Will had some decent stats. Monster heal doesn't matter. Life leech is okay, but that's on offhand. Oh no. Yeah. I forgot to dump the gold. Damn it. I'm sure we're gambling at least one more time here. That'd be interesting. Rune Master with like 5 Ish runes in it. that'd be interesting. Because you don't need dual grief. I mean, the damage is nice, but you don't need dual grief. I'm like saying, I'm using Unbending Will, and we're killing stuff plenty quick enough. That's something to think about. How much magic find is on the shield? I don't have a shield. I could probably shop one. How much magic finds on that, Jerry? Off the top of your head, you know? Is it like 100 or something, or am I thinking of wealth? I might be thinking of wealth. Has like 100 magic find. Have you tried it, Joe, with the Rune Master? What was I doing? Dropping gold? Yeah, I did that. Yeah, you could really get the magic find stacked, for sure. Five-isted. Do you remember what your main hand magic find ended up being with that build? Oh, you got it. 500 on kill. That's actually kind of crazy.
I am overburdened.
And what's funny is I've thrown away like 3 Rune Masters, 4 Rune Masters now. I had 2 with 5 socket. I chunked them. Yeah, and at that point, yeah. Well, no, because his point is that the Rune Master has cannot be frozen, so that opens up the belt. Because you know you always got that cannot be frozen set up. What do you mean slows you down? Well, I mean, it's not going to be any slower than putting rhyme on offhand. Because that's the other option, right? We'll probably get another Rune Master drop. I'll test out the rhyme and see what it feels like. Because you get, like, how does that whirlwind play into? Because I feel like there is breakpoints for the IES on whirlwind, though, isn't there? Because weren't we saying, like, with the grief, you wanted like 32 or 33 for one of the breakpoints? Now I gotta look. Let's see. D2R does offhand, yes, affect whirlwind speed. Yeah, it definitely does. Then some people thought, nah, average. This is Reddit though, they're just arguing. Alright, so we'll test it real quick. We'll get a,
I can't carry anymore.
we'll shop a one-hander or a base real quick. Who has the shields?
Good to see you.
Just like that. What's the room? Some shale F. Shale F. And we do this. Alright, let's see what the... Oh wait, and then we go gold wrap, which has IAS on it. We could do this. What'd that bump us to? 298? I don't remember what it was before. Well, that went up because... Yeah, that goes up because we didn't... neither one of those slots had Magic Find on it. No, I just like the IK Helm look. I will always take that over Shaco, which I don't think... Like, Shaco is 74. This is actually 87. Shaco gets the skills for, you know, more damage and stuff, but... Alright, so let's here's the test is how's the whirlwind feel. Not that noticeable. Maybe a little slower kill speed wise. It's not, I mean, it's not noticeable. Now, what am I checking for? Is that like a low-level dueling thing or something? They drop all the time, man. Do I need to be looking at them? Oh, a merc? Eh. Who needs a merc?
I am overburdened.
A little damage there. I think we got better. Oh, I was going to show you all this. I've never seen this. Have y'all seen a 4 max small? I've never seen a 4 max small. Out of all the smalls I've ever gotten, I've never seen that. Pretty rare. Gotta be, right? I don't ever remember getting one. I think I cubed that one from, I had that Diablo small. Because, I mean, it's kind of cool. I know that's a prefix suffix combo, but I've never had one. Right, right. I've just never had one. Nah, you're definitely right. It's definitely a combo suffix. But I'm assuming it probably goes like a 420. Like on the AR rolls, probably still going to roll up to a 20. I just thought it was cool. I'd never had one. Had never had one hit.
I can't carry anymore.
I thought it was a decent roll. I'm sure it goes up to 20, like a 420, but dude, man, I was like 4 max on a small. That's actually pretty cool. And again, like I said, I rolled it. I didn't, or cubed it. I didn't. It wasn't a drop. It was that Diablo small charm I had. I went ahead and just threw it in the cube for the hell of it. The leech is definitely not happening as fast. This stuff is just not dying. There we go.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore. am overburdened.
Yeah, I kind of remember that, Liam, when you got that 14 max and it was like a 70 some AR roll. Yeah, I remember when you got that because I kind of keep my eye out for the crazy Grand Charm ones, but I never thought about it being a double roll on the smalls, which is pretty cool.
I can't carry anymore.
I think that's it. Yeah, one 2020 is just crazy. That's just a crazy one. Yeah, we need to dump again. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, Jamoni, it's to, to be fair, to be honest, I'm well, it's kind of a double edged. Like I don't really care for gambling, even though I've gambled like a couple of Griffins. Um, I don't know. I don't really get into the whole gambling aspect of it, but I mean, the gold's there, so I do it right. Because you just like, even though it's not built out for gold, you just get so much gold. Anyways, just from just running Trav, it's just the gold just stocks up so fast. It's just crazy how much gold you get, even not building for it. Because it's just inherent on the items you put on. You just get so much gold from it. I do, man. All I want to do is spin and yell. I mean, seriously. I just like watching everything drop, but just the gold just kind of just spills out. I mean, when you build for gold find, it's obnoxious how much gold you get off a run. In fact, I'm about to gamble here in a second.
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah, it's just about, man. Just about. We got time for a couple more runs, then a gold, then just a gamble sesh real quick, then we'll go eat. Saw gold Grand Charm just fly up in the air. We're creeping up on 500 Magic Find on Switch. Yeah, for sure, man. Starting up the new ones. The good old days. I'm just, I used to really enjoy twinking out new characters, but it's kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of I've lost kind of that feel for that now. I just get my Sork running and my Barb running, and I'm good for a season. Sometimes a Paladin if I feel like doing Ubers. Nope. I do need to get a torch.
I can't carry anymore.
Am I full already? Yeah, full already. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'll do one more run. Then I'm going to switch and gamble the gold I got stacked. Yeah, we'll do one more and then gamble. Countess runs. Nah, no more high runes. We've been finding stuff. I mean, you know how it goes, man. We're going to gamble here real quick. We're full up on gold again. Alright. Let's do a quick little gamble sesh.
Yes?
I hear you, man. You talking about like turkey sandwiches or something? I'd like me a turkey sandwich. Ow, went right past it. Alright, let's see if we hit our 2 diadem average. Look at that, a 120. Yeah. Yeah, Novasork's tough to beat for just fast farming. Especially if you got it completely tricked out. Self-wheeled infinity and everything. Oh, you know what? I got Travs on this. I forgot I had the Travs here. We're going to put that on the barb. I forgot I had Travs. I've been running Gorers. Another 36. That should put us at pretty close to 500 magic find on Switch. Well, we're up to 3 or 2 Griffins on Gamble. I mean, so we know what happens. We definitely know what happens. And it's kind of cool you get a chance at the decent rare, not just gambling the unique. Alright, we'll do it here. We'll stop here. Well, I mean, gambling that first Griffin, that, I mean, let's be fair, man. That's some pretty wild shit. And we did it on stream, which is even crazier. Yes, and I did lose my mind. 89? 89 level on the Sork. Alright, that's our last. I don't think that's the right color. I think that reddish hue is wrong for a Griffin. So, honestly, for the Amazon, that's what you want. As the you'd rather have the 30 run walk. See, if this was PoE, we could add more stats. I mean, the resist, what's the max all resist? 20, right? The life roll's low. No socket, so you can only get the one socket. But yeah, if this was PoE, we could add more. So there's that. It could have been good. It could have been good. Had the right start. Had the right start. Technically, the 230-20 is really the crazy one. Wait, wasn't that what you got, Snipes? Wasn't it the Druid one you got? Was it 230-20? Man, I wish I need to keep an image of that handy, Snipes, just to remind people of what a truly godly circlet looks like. Is that nearby handy anywhere? I want to remind people what a godly circuit looks like. Do we have that somewhere? It's on the Discord somewhere, isn't it? Maybe it's in the trophy room. Hold on, I'm looking. No, I don't see it. We'll find it. I'm gonna keep that to where I can reference it every once in a while because that was such a crazy one. I gotta find it. Now, I mean, you guys gotta understand. I've never seen a better circlet than what Snipes had found ever. That it's by far the best one I've ever seen. I don't think you could find better. And that was early on when we had first started streaming. That was like that first year, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I'm gonna track it down and pin it so where I can reference it because it was just obnoxiously so crazy. Slovakius. Yes, Singer's actually a really good build. I don't play it. I mean, I've never been a fan, but you can actually, I think you could do a playthrough all the way through with a Singer barb. Singer barbs are good, 100%. And I want to say that the builds aren't that expensive anymore. I don't think the Singer build is very expensive to set up, and it's really strong. You could actually do a playthrough all the way through with a Singer. Oh, you want this, Tommy? I'm not going to use it, but if you want this, I mean, if you think you could get something out of it, yeah, you can have it. Yeah, Snipes was it a 22 Nights of Terror gamble item? Or was it before that? I want to say it was before we even ran into the 22 Nights of Terror with the undead or the unlimited gold. I feel like you gambled it before we hit that. Oh, you'll actually get some. That's cool. I mean, if you get some use out of it, with at least the 30 run walk on the griff or on the helmet, it's pretty nice until you get a griffin. Yeah, I thought it was before 22 Nights because that was the crazy part of it. It was just part of a regular gamble session. All right, boys, I got to grab some food. I'm gonna go eat. I'm probably gonna pick up some kind of um, wine to taste test on Friday. That was kind of fun when we did it the other week. So we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna grab something probably tomorrow, and we'll taste it on Friday. But we'll be running the Horker some more for sure. I'm getting seriously hungry, and I know my mother's about to start yelling. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys on Friday. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It was a lot of fun. We'll do some more Horking and get that rune count up. Peace.